Yes, as I can do better. Trying to give just a tiny bit of a different perspective to why you cannot trust Joe. It's not this timestamp, but a little perspective as to why you cannot trust him actually knowing how to catch cheaters. You have his live stream. He did this live and called cheat on it. You have day 47, so you can find it yourself. It is the 15th February, so you know the date if you want to find it later on. On this timestamp here, as I said, it's not the one I already have. On this timestamp here, listen carefully, Joe. How many traps can you hear go off? Joe called 2 traps, and he continued repeating. He went into my double trap, my double trap, my double trap. But 1 trap makes 1 sound going off, 2 traps makes 2 sounds going off. Then he further goes in and says, Jebediah here goes in and say, well, here you can hear him towards the position where he killed you. And Joe continues, blah, 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 about not being, you don't push that way and whatnot, making excuses like the only thing he knows how to do. What I want to do is go to roughly here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just, it was slightly before than what I actually picked. 2 hours, 31 minutes. You can see the door being there.
Maybe that way. Someone's around there somewhere anyway.
So you can see the door here being barricaded, and it's then set at 45:35. You can then hear him crouching there, crouching over. You hear footsteps over there. Now the door was open, and it opened earlier.
No footsteps on this guy. Not a single footstep. These guys were wall hacking, bro. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. So if we listen from here, slightly before, because the timestamp actually doesn't give the accurate position, but slightly before. So long before, Joe already knew they were out there. Long before, not just here. Because if we go further back, you can then hear. It's still over here. It all happens. However, I need to go back to 31. And then I want to fast forward. So you can, I always do that. So you can see here. I don't care about that. He's having a fight here. You don't need the sound because this part here is not important. This is not where Joe highlights the people are cheating. These guys here are gonna go down. And then when this year is over, I will pinpoint to you what it is that he starts calling cheat on. And then the second thing, which are the next team. So twice in a single match, does Joe call cheat, and it can be explained extremely simple. But one of the arguments for why you should never trust Joe comes with the explanation. I think it's around here actually. Explanation that he claims something never happened, and yet few moments earlier it actually did happen.
What?
See, Joe reacts to that shot there, being like, what? And yes, if you don't know, which he actually does, because he have done that before, if you don't think about it, let me say it in that like that instead, then you wouldn't realize what just happened. However, and that angle was never a possibility, ever.
Okay, how did he get in the building? How did he get inside? How did he get inside with no footsteps, bro? How did
There were footsteps. There were even a gunshot that indicated how he got inside.
he just get inside like that? Bro, how did he get inside? No footsteps. Like, please tell me, how did this dude get inside? The guy blew up this door. Did he have penny sharks?
There you have it. He blew up the door. Did he have penny shot?
I never heard no one fucking fire no penny shots and fucking run inside.
You never heard anyone fire penny shot in that direction. Never. Is that what you're claiming? Like, how can you? What is it? I'm going forward, backwards. 5 seconds. 5 seconds per time. Do you see here? A single shot breaking the door.
What?
Joe reacting to it. 2 hours, 33 minutes, 46 seconds. If we then go forward,
Penny shots and fucking run inside. Penny sharks. I never heard no one fucking fire no penny shots.
so less than a single minute later, you claim no penny shot was ever done, and yet you actually reacted to the shot happening right at the door. So when you for some random reason cannot hear this, when you for some random reason cannot hear this, though you do react to it,
What?
how do you want people to trust you when you then also say no footsteps? No footsteps. Because you can hear his footsteps right there. Let me.
What?
You have slight crouching right over there. You literally have it. And there we go. How do you want people to trust?
Okay, how did he get in the building? How did he get inside? How did he get inside with no footsteps, bro?
With no footsteps. How do you want people to trust you when you're saying that, and you, for some fucked up reason,
What?
don't know this? Let me see if I can hit it.
How did he? The guy blew up this door. Did he have penny sharks? I never heard no one fucking fire no penny shots and fucking run inside.
Less than a minute. You cannot trust Joe Blue. Yeah, but I know what I'm talking about. No, you don't. When you claim no footsteps, you need to prove the cheat exists. Otherwise, it's simply a bug. And such bugs do exist. Yeah, but it happens too consistent for me. Doesn't matter. Absolutely does not matter whatsoever. You're claiming the cheat exists. I haven't heard of it, other than from you specifically. We then go down. They simply sat and waited. But it's their job to push in and get me, not wait outside. Well, technically, he did push in. You heard the penny shot. You just chose to retardedly ignore it. And then you choose to take your own clip and say, that's how you push. But it's not. People don't need to play like you. We then continue and have you say, you're not arguing against my argument. You're trying to find something else. As soon as they killed me, they came into the building with no fear. They could have been here. They are could. Seriously, your English, whatever that might mean. It could have been trapped. A trap. What could have been a trap? You purposely dying. They choosing to play duo. So you only have a single player to be concerned with. Yeah, that's a very dangerous trap. Right here, you're making excuses for what happened, Joe. They don't need anything extra. In fact, they heard only you from the inside shooting the gunshot while upstairs, and the other team on the other side of the compound. That's what they heard. I could have had a duo who was told not to pick up the bounty, so they thought it was just a solo. That could have been the case. That could have been the case. Had that actually been the case, Joe, this trap, like for example, it is horrible. It would work as a trio, but not as a duo. Why? Because as a trio, you still have a partner that can actually pick you up, while one of your other partners is taking them. Or you still have two people running in a very close quarter combat that can take out the enemies. Trio running on top of each other there is more difficult than two people, regardless. It could have been a duo, but the moment he then kills you, it becomes a solo. It becomes one single enemy they need to be concerned with. It could have been a trap. Was it? No. They gambled, and it paid off. How many times did you hear them dark side? Once. Why would they need to dark side? They didn't have the bounty, so they don't benefit from dark siding when they know the bounty is inside the compound and the other enemies on the opposite side of where they are. How did they know I was still in the building? Are you kidding me, Joe? You don't need to dark side to know. If you were outside of the building, you would most likely gun for cover, or you would run for the extraction. So one thing or the other. Had that happened, they could simply use their map. Would a real new player block off exits with concertina bomb and wait around corners? Why are you demanding something must be the case? Like, I think I had 150 hours. My first time with using the bow. Wow, that was a difficult one. Using the bow, I actually used concertina arrows to just fuck up the entire compound. It was super fun for me. It was super annoying for me. My very first time using the bow. And I thought, hey, let's go double concertina arrow and just fuck up the compound. Doesn't matter if they're new or not. If they think it's fun, or if they think they have a strategy with it, that's what they will be doing. You cannot demand any player must do a certain thing. The moment you do that, you become less reliable. New players don't play that sweaty. Yes, they do. If they like the concept, they do. So they're clearly on a disposable account. No, that's what you need them to be. There's no evidence for it. Also, you should have had Peeker's advantage as well, since I was moving around the corner. Well, you technically did have Peeker's advantage on this death here. Oh wait. On this one here. But as you can see, no concertina here. There's no concertina in here. They are not using concertinas to do anything with the compound. But you do have Peeker's advantage. Because you can see you are turning around. You're just not pre-aiming around the corner. If we take it slow, your aim is super horrible when you go around corners. Right here, it's actually fairly okay. You just don't give a fuck about the corner. Neither do you give a fuck about the corner now. As you come here, you should pre-aim. Already have pre-aimed around the corner. Had there been anyone in that door trying to sneak in, they would have gotten you. That's also what happened here, because just now are you at the door and you can see him. Had you peeked around the corner as you are supposed to be doing, using Peeker's advantage, you would have actually gotten the jump on this guy here. He then fires on you because you are not doing Peeker's advantage of any sort. And he gets 3 shots off to kill you. Had you done your job as a player, as a decent player, you would have gotten this guy here. But you're not a decent player. You don't know how to move around corners. You are blatantly lying about what happens. And even funnier, just like it says here.
No footsteps on this guy. Not a single footstep. These guys were wall hacking, bro. I'm telling you, that's why they wouldn't go in. Like, did you hear any footsteps of this person moving once, creep walking down there at all? No, man, they had wall hacks the whole time. They had wall hacks the whole time. That's why they would not push. And that's why they would not. And that's why they would not stand above me for like 1 second.
They have so much wall hack that they're actually messing up the entire compound in an attempt to block off your corpse from being revived by your teammate. So much wall hack.
Because
They knew.
He just went over my double traps and didn't die.
Notice he already said double trap.
The guy literally just walked over my double traps and didn't die.
Again, 2 times.
He set off double traps and didn't die, guys.
3.
Are you gonna say people don't have health hacks in the game?
Yes. Based on what just happened. Yes, people don't have health hacks in the game. Because it was only a single bot. You mentioned it 3 times.
The guy set off my double traps and didn't die.
4 times do you need to say it to convince yourself.
Like, why would they stay around out here now? Because there's still one dude, right? Out there.
Yeah, but that one dude didn't make any indication of where he is, so they would not know, which means they could actually just think that the others extracted and this is the only thing that's left. Sorry.
They literally like he set one off but didn't set the other one off.
Yes, that's how bear traps works. You need to step on it to set it off. If you don't step on it, it's not gonna go off.
Fuck off, man.
And that's how we know from this episode that Joe doesn't know what's going on. First and foremost, he heard the penny shot. He reacted to the penny shot. And then he doesn't realize the penny shot was going off. So he never heard anyone use the penny shot. Then he heard a single bear trap being activated and claiming it's both of them. He claimed it 4 times to make sure that he convinced himself of the lie. This is literally how you know you cannot trust Joe Blue on the smallest things. Because he ignores the most obvious things that happens in the game. If he ignores one bear trap being triggered and counts it as 2, how should he hear penny shots on a door? Well, he did hear the penny shot, but he completely ignored the penny shot that is louder than crouch walking on glass, metal, and you name it. So if he cannot recollect the penny shot, how should he then be able to actually spot no footsteps? And you can see it on his Marvel streams. Because he calls cheat instantly. He does absolutely nothing other than watch replays in order to catch a cheater. He doesn't care about playing the game. He doesn't care about playing Hunt. He only cares about making a lot of fucking false accusations to save his own ass from reality. That is the truth about Joe.